Okay, we're going to learn a new gemara. This is lesson 8, and it's going to introduce us into a very big sugya. And it begins like this, right here with this red line. Shalach le Rav Chisda Rav Nachman. Rav Chisda sent the question to Rav Nachman. Shalach le means he sent to him. Rav Chisda sent the question to Rav Nachman. I spelled Rav Nachman over here. I spelled it out. Rav Nachman was the, let's say, the head dayan in Bavel. Extremely important person. Belonged to the family of the Reish Galusa. That's like the Jewish type government, and it was a very important dayan. And Rav Chisda is asking him a monetary question. Now, Hare Amru, the rabbis have said. Amru means they said. Hare Amru means they have already said. What have they said? They said that L'Rekuva Shalish. If someone kicks his friend with his knee, I wrote knee on top because I couldn't fit the whole thing, but I wrote it over here again. L'Rekuva, he kicked with his knee, so he has to pay 3. How much is 3? 3 is 3 slime. I'll put down a dollar sign just to make it that it's a monetary amount. The sela is either a shekel hakodesh or a 2 regular shkalim. So it's a significant amount, and he has to pay 3 of them. If he kicks with his knee, what is he paying for? Well, Rashi says he's paying for embarrassment. Other Rishonim say that he's paying for the damage, for the pain, for all types. But let's go with Rashi. Our sages estimated what the embarrassment would be if someone is kicked if you kick someone with your knee. That embarrassment is worth to be compensated is worth 3 slime. L'be'ita, if you kick with your foot, so chamesh. You have to pay 5. Put that over here. Be'ita is with the foot. I wrote foot on top. You have to pay 5. Chamesh is 5. Let's make a dollar sign. Okay, but it means slime, of course. Sela, in plural, it's slime. Listen to keres. If he hits someone with a saddle of a donkey, put over there, saddle of a donkey, so then he has to pay Shalish Esher, he has to pay 13. Now, there is another opinion what Snekeres means. Some say it means he punched him with his fist. And very interestingly, they explain that the reason why Rekuva is 3 is because when you kick with your knee, you're using 3 parts of your body: your upper leg, your thigh, your lower leg, and also your knee. So 3 parts were involved, so you pay 3. Kick with your foot, well, you have 5 toes, you have to pay 5. Snekeres is a saddle of a donkey. It won't really work with, but if it means a fist, so then it could be referring to the joints on the fingers. So you have 4 fingers that have 3 joints, which is 12, and then you would count 1 joint of the thumb, which is usually exposed when someone's punching. The lower joint you don't count, but together that's 13. That would only be if Snekeres means a fist. I'll write that in just to make it. But however, Rashi learns it means a saddle. And obviously the embarrassment is much more. That's why the compensation is 13. Okay, so that's an introduction to Rav Chisda's question to Rav Nachman. And his question is, but how about Lepanda de Mara? A Mara is a hoe, which is an old instrument for turning over the ground. I made a picture of it here. Sorry for my art. That's to know. It has a handle. It has a little iron piece at the end right over there. Okay, so the word panda means the handle of the mara, of the hoe. Okay, if someone hits someone with the handle of a hoe, ulukupina de mara, or he hits him with the iron part of the hoe. So what would the din be? How much should he have to pay? In other words, we are assuming that there's a set amount for these types of embarrassment. I wrote it down over there. Handle of hoe. So remember, and I put a question mark because that's Rav Chisda's question. So he's asking about 2 things. Okay, very simple. And we're dealing with, at least according to Rashi, let's see if we can put in over here. There's 5 types of damages. There's nezek, tsar, sheves, ripuy, and baishes. And according to Rashi, we're only dealing with this last one, embarrassment. We're dealing with the embarrassment. What would the embarrassment be if someone would be hit with a panda demara or a kupina demara? Either iron blade, that should be the blade, or if it's the handle of the hoe. So Shalach lei, he sends back to, Rav Nachman sends back to him, he says, Chizda, Chizda. That's his Rav Chizda. So it says, Chizda, Chizda. Usually the Gemara doesn't use such language, but I guess it's the actual quote of his expression. Knasa kamagvis bebavel. Knas means a fine. Fines you are collecting in Bavel, magvis is to collect. You're collecting fines in Bavel. Now the rule is that you're not supposed to collect fines. You can't judge with fines. You're only allowed to. The Beis Din in Bavel is only allowed to take money that's actually owed as a debt, but not a fine. Now there's a big discussion if this is really considered a fine, but the fact is there was no loss of money for Boishas. He would like to be paid for his embarrassment, but when someone gets embarrassed, he doesn't actually lose money. By Tsar, let's talk about just Nezek. By Nezek, there's an actual loss of money. He had to pay something. Ripa and Sheves, L'cher, there's also a loss of money. But Boishas, there's no loss of money. So what Reb Nachman is saying, what are you doing? Why are you collecting these types of payments in Bavel? You know, in Bavel you don't collect a fine, and Boishas is a fine. And then he says, Amali, but tell me. Ema is to say. Amali, tell me. Gufa de uvda. Gufa means the actual case. The actual uvda we had before, Havi uvda, actual uvda. The actual case. Hechi Havi, how was it? How was it? Tell me the actual case. Hechi means how. So Shalach lei, he sends him back. The Hahu Gargusa. There was a well holding water. The bay tray. It belonged to two people. Tray means two. And the bay is like owned by two. Or put that in. Owned by two people. The Kol Yaima, every day, Havidoli Chad Minayu. Havidoli means to draw. So he would draw the water. He would a deli is a pail, so you would sink it in, and he would be able to use the water. Say take water. Take water. Chad Minai, one of them. So in other words, they had to share the well. So each they would alternate. One day him, the other day the other. One day Reuven, one day Shimon. So Asa Chad. One of them came. Let's say it was Reuven. Reuven was the bad one in this case. And Kadali b'yoyma delay delay. Kadali, he took water b'yoyma on the day delay delay, which was not his day. Loy means not, right? Delay means his. It wasn't his. So Amar lei, so Shimon tells him, yoyma didihu, it's my day. Like get away from the well. It's my day. I needed to water my fields. Lo yashkach. Oh, that's a mistake over there. Let me erase that. It's supposed to be. Let's go back here. Lei ashkach bei. He didn't listen to him. Okay, so what happened? Shakal panda demara. He took. Shakal means took. Panda demara, the handle of the hoe. We had that before, right? Panda demara, the handle of the hoe. And what did he do with it? Mechaye. He hit him. He hit him with the handle of the hoe. So who hit who? Shimon hit Reuven in order to get him away from the well, it was his turn. It was Shimon's turn. So Shimon hit Reuven, get away from here. This is my day. So Amar lei, so Rav Nachman tells Rav Chizda, that's the story. Meya, 100, pandi. Pandi means hittings. Bipanda, with the handle. L'machaye, he should hit him. Or Meya pandim, like 100 handles. Bipanda, l'machaye, he should hit him. And afilu l'mandamar, even according to the opinion of lo yavad inishtina l'nafshe, that a person is not allowed to take the law into his own hands. and to hit someone to get rid of him. But b'makom seda, where there's a loss, in a place of loss, a place, a place of loss, Ovid inish. Inish means man. I'll put it over here, and Ovid means to do. So we said even according. This says Laman Damar. I have to write that in. Sorry. Let's go back. Let's make that clearer. Leman Damar stands for Leman Damar. Means the one that said. Man means who that said. Even according to the one that said. Or he or who that said. Even according to the one that said. What did he say? Lo yavid inish. A man may not do dina lenafshe, a judgment for himself, which means take the law into his own hands. However, the makam said if there's a loss, then avid inish dina lenafshe. A man may take the law into his own hand, and therefore, in this case, there was no problem for the person to no problem for Shimon to hit Reuven to get away from his well. And Rav Chisda, he's asking Rav Chisda, why are you asking how much he owes him for hitting him? With a handle, he was allowed to hit him. There's no question. In the end of the Gemara, we do not have an answer to this. And all Rav Nachman says is, first of all, it's in Bavel, and you shouldn't even be asking that question because you don't collect such a thing in Bavel. And second of all, in your instance, the person is not even chayav because he was allowed to hit him. Okay, we'll stop right here.